Hi everyone. I think I'm the only one here, unfortunately. One of my guests couldn't go, couldn't come on for some reason, and another fella, don't know where he's got to be honest. But anyway, it's me. And if you tune in or you tune in later, there's no problem. I just want to say about a couple of films that you can actually catch on YouTube, of all places. YouTube. And that's The Breed. I watched that a few years ago, and it was very good. It was a horror film. If you're into the horror genre, it's a very good film. It's about four people who fly off to a cabin on a little island. It belongs to the family, and they get there, and things start to happen. It's not a paranormal film. It's not anything to do with ghosts or anything like that. It's just good. It really is good. You'll see what I mean if you tune in. It's just on YouTube. It's on YouTube, so that's one of the good things about it. It's on YouTube. Also, what you've got another film called 30 Days of Night. Now, I've always liked this particular film. I've seen that again, before, and I was quite surprised that it came on YouTube, and that's good as well. That's really good. It really is. It's very, very good. So, if you tune into that, so there's two. There's The Breed. I think there's someone outside me door there. Can hear them. But anyway, I'm not trying to get in. There's two, The Breed and 30 Days of Night. Now, 30 Days of Night is a horror, another horror, and it's what it is. It's about a town in Alaska that goes every year 30 days of night. There's no daytime whatsoever for 30 days, and it's very, very good. Josh Hartnett's in it. Josh Hartnett. He's um, he's like the main star. It's really good. It really is. So if you tune into that as well, and there's a couple of other films as well on YouTube. Daryl Merry, Frankie, you Daryl, you Daryl. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. Yeah, so you can get these on YouTube. On this 30 days a night, you just see this fella coming off a ship. You don't see him coming off the ship. The ship's in the distance, and you just see him walking through snow. This ice. You just see him walking, and he gets to this like ridge, and he looks down, and he sees this small town. And as he's looking at it, it goes to the town then, and you see people leaving. You just see people leaving the town, saying goodbye to the families and whatever. And it really is. It's good. It's good. Josh Hartnett, great. And Melissa George, by the way, another very good actress. But Josh Hartnett's one of the top A-listers today. Very good actor. Try and catch it. YouTube. If you've got YouTube, you'll be able to look us up and get it. And Daryl, yeah, nervous for today. And now trapped nerve in my shoulder, but okay, mate. I've always got a trapped nerve as well in my neck that goes to my left elbow, and it's a kill. It's a kill. And I was out last night. I was giving a talk up in Billings about Jack the Ripper. It went down very well, actually. It really went down very well. People were made up with it, with the talk. So we gave a talk a couple of months, well, in January, that is. Gave a talk then. He invited me back yesterday. And he invited me back again. So I must be doing something right. And there was a couple of people there who took me number, contact, because they wanted me to go and give a talk to their groups as well. So, it was good. It was very good. Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper. And I only gave them two. I only gave them two suspects, because you can't go through all the suspects. And I had to put the two suspects in a nutshell, if you know what I mean, because each subject, believe it or not, each of the ones that are top draw suspects, the 3 hour lectures, believe it or not. So I was only there for an hour and a quarter, and I had to do this within that time. And there was even a little break, So I had to do that within that time. So I condensed it into a nutshell. But they just loved it. So out of these two suspects that I spoke about, I just said to them at the end, who do you think done it? Who do you think Jack the Ripper was? So, it was really good. It was really good. It was made up with that. Made up with that. So anyway, the other, excuse me, Daryl Merry says, Josh Hartnett, amazing actor, and Pearl Harbor. Wow, my favourite film ever, Pearl Harbor. Well, if you're into war films, there's another one on YouTube. I'm honestly, I'm quite surprised what films are actually coming on YouTube. And one is called Triple Cross. Some great stars in it. Christopher Plummer, Yul Brynner, they're in it. And obviously it's about the Germans, Triple Cross. And it's very good. I haven't seen it on YouTube, but I've seen that it's on. And I'd seen it a few years ago, and it's a really good film. It really is. So you've got good choice of films. You really have. And I'll tell you what else. I've been watching. I'm a great fan of Sherlock Holmes. I've read all the books. I've read all Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's books. I really have. And I love Sherlock Holmes. And the finest Sherlock Holmes ever was Basil Rathbone, obviously. Now, them films, Basil Rathbone's Sherlock Holmes, are on YouTube also. Very good. Very good, So I'll be watching them in the near future, just to take my mind off things and just to relax a little. That's all. And they really are, YouTube is really coming up for films, really are. And as I said, try and catch hold of the breed. It's not that old, by the way. And 30 Days of Night are not that old. So try and catch them. The breed. The breed is, spelled, it's not breed, it's breed. And it's spelled BRAAD. BRAAD, the breed. So you can imagine what it is. Or, try and guess, use your own imagination, what the breed's about. And I'll give it a watch. I don't know what one you'll give a watch to, Daryl, but that'll be it. Oh, there she is. I've got your details. I have your details, and I'll be getting in touch. Don't be worrying, I'll be getting in touch. And if you ever want to go to the game, you can come up and you can stay in mine rather than paying for hotels or anything. Not like, don't be stay in mine, be all right. But you can stay in mine. Don't be paying for hotels. You can be my guest. Honestly, you can be my guest. And I'll even give you a cup of tea. Frank's famous cup of tea. So think about that. Think about that, you. You'll be okay. I'll be in touch with you anyway. If you can send me a phone number, I've got I've got your stuff, like your details here, right here on my other monitor, because I have monitors, you see, not just this thing here. I'm very posh. I'm very posh. Very up to date, and I'm absolutely useless. Absolutely useless at tech, really am. And our Gene says, great morning to you, chat. Isn't that lovely? And Daryl says, does that come with a breakfast included, Frank? Of course. I make the best scrambled eggs. Honestly, I do. I make the best cup of tea and the best scrambled eggs on the planet. I really do. And I tell you who learnt me how to do scrambled eggs, and it was a proper chef. And it was, I'll tell you what it was. It was when I was in France. Yes, Frank's been to France. Went on my own to France. It was unbelievable, absolutely amazing. And I did. I just went there. I wanted to explore. You know what I mean? I was young. I was full of energy, and I went over there. And I was in there just outside Saint Tropez. Well, it was Saint Tropez. Beautiful place. And I was working in this. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was a bistro or a cafe. I just don't know. And I was collecting bottles, glasses, and washing dishes. That's what I was doing there. And this chef, he's having something to eat. And this chef, French chef, and he asked me what I like. He could speak. He could speak English. Oh, what you doing? Like that. So he said, what would you like? I said, what I like? I said, I like scrambled eggs. Because I've always liked scrambled eggs from a young man, from a kid. Anyway, he made these. Never tasted anything like them in my life. And he showed me how to do them. And honestly, I make the best scrambled eggs. So that's great. What are these being saying? And Jane says, no worries, John. Much love, Frank. Thank you. I appreciate you most definitely. Absolutely. And she just laughs there. And I asked for a phone number. I'd rather phone you, see, because believe it or not, it's just killing me using this mouse because I have this thing in my arm and I can't hardly text. That's why I hardly ever go on Facebook anymore. I'm being honest, because it kills me. It kills me. People are so nice, and I like to reply to things. And I put a picture up of myself just before first time I've used Facebook in ages, and I put a picture up of myself and my granddaughter Sophia at the game against Southampton. and you know, put that up. And I was trying to reply to people. Oh, it was killing me because I've got this itis thing or whatever it is, and it kills me if it text. Just killing me watching this, doing this. To be honest, and I'll email it to you. Thank you. Yeah, true. I'd rather talk rather than anything else. And Daryl says, "I'm booking then, Frankie." That's really, it's just an old sound. Absolutely. Oh yeah, look. Add some rashes and beans to that, Frank. Sounds lush. Do you know what? I only like smoked rashes, and that's what I buy. I like smoked rashes, but I've got a ninja, Gene. I've got a ninja, and I do crispy bacon, and I think it's great. Even if I say so myself, the ninja is unbelievable. It really is. It's unbelievable. I've got this ninja, and I do all that. You know, what's she like? And some rashes and beans to that, Frank. But yeah, yeah, you can have rashes and beans, no problem there. Gee, no problem. And I'm watching that now. The Colour of Money, Newman and Cruz. What a film! Yes, yeah, I agree. I agree. Do you know what? I've only jumped up. You know, I haven't even had a shower or anything. Oh, stuff like this. Gary Rigby, morning, Frank. Yes, yes. Good morning. Oh, look at these. Look at these. We're talking about film and TV reviews. Gosh, should I mention should I? Scrambled eggs. So pick, saw the pic, Frank. She looks so happy with Grandad. Yeah, she was, and she said to me, "Why are you shouting?" Because I was in the main stand. That's a great spec, you know, right over the tunnel where they come in and out, just over. And you know, they were coming in, going out, and it was it was really good. I'm in the main, as I said, at the main stand where the tunnel is, and no one. I've been in the main stand quite a few times. I'm being honest, and they're very quiet. They don't say a word. So anyway, what had happened was I was um, I was there, you know, and I'm shouting my head off. No one around was shouting, only me, only me. And I think it's, well, it is, not think. It's the first time I've ever been to a game in my entire life where I've never used any expletives. So I just shout at that referee, you know, giving the T-bears or whatever, because of the baby, you know, the baby, my little granddaughter. She was laughing her head off at me. She said, "Why are you shouting?" I said, "Because that's what you do. You shout." She didn't like, but she loved it. Absolutely amazing. And Daryl says, "I don't want bacon, Frank. I want some bangers." Oh, be it. Yeah, I don't mind sausages and that, you know, myself. I really don't. I don't. Well, yeah, look, Gene, let's go smoky. Yes, it's the best because it gives you the flavour rather than the unsmoked. But smoky, it really is good. Listen to Gary, look. I prefer an omelette over scrambled eggs. I don't mind an omelette. I really don't. I don't mind an omelette now and again because you have You can get like different ingredients. For example, my grandmother, who was Italian, she used to do these omelets. She done these omelets, and one of them was one ingredient, but it was the way she done them was absolutely fantastic and well done as well. And she only used an onion, one onion. That's all she used. And the way she did the onion, sauteed the onion, and then put in the eggs in there, and she just let it simmer, and then flipped it over to the other side, and then just put it on a their plate. Mamma mia. Buona mangiare. Buona mangiare. It's great, honestly. Very good. I prefer an omelette. But you can use, it's like a bloody cookery show, this. But you can use different ingredients, which I've used in the past, by the way, on omelettes or in omelettes. So, you can, I bet you we're going to go to football. Any money. This is going to go from omelettes or from like scrambled eggs to omelettes. See what my grandmother, what she called it was a frittati, so it's Italian. But yeah, it's just so, it's just lying in bed, I cherish the image, I cherish the image of Tess, honestly. Oh, thank you, Gene. Yes. Talking shows, Frank, the show The Outsider was boss, thank you. Thank you. I watched all in two sittings. I told you that, didn't I? Because when I got it, I went, whoa, I'm going to watch this. And I put it on in the morning. I don't know why. No, I didn't. I put the first episode on in the night. And it was late. And I had to be up early for something the next morning. I had a delivery. So, you know the way you get up and waiting for the delivery between 8 and 9. So I was up early. So I just put it on and went right through it. Right through it. Gene. There's another one that I went right through as well. And I think if you haven't seen it, if you've got Netflix or if you can stream other shows, TV series, two of them, which I highly recommend. And if you like that, you'd like these two. Believe me, you will like these two. I'm going to mention, and one is Your Honor, Bryan Cranston. Brilliant, fabulous, really good. And the other one is it's an Anglo-French thing, and two major stars from France. You might know them, but you might have seen them in films and whatever. And it's called Spotless. Spotless. And it's about a fella who owns a cleaning thing. They go to like, places, say like a house or anywhere else where there's been a murder or something, and they clean it up. But not only murders, but also you see a fella, in a big office complex, and he jumps over this balcony and kills himself. Suicide. So you see them cleaning that as well. So it's not only these murders, even going to places where people have been missing, like elderly people. They wonder where they are or whatever, if something's happened to them, and they go in and they find these poor people, the dead, person lives on their own, and they clean that up as well. So it's things like that. That's what they do. But watch it. It's fabulous. Gene, you will like that. You'll sit back and go, yes, watch this. It's really great actors, by the way, are in it also. It's really well presented. It really is great acting, and just watch it. And Your Honour is about Your Honour is about a judge. A judge. Watch it. Bryan Cranston, fantastic. Daryl says, I love. But hey, stop that. And what's happening, Frank Carlyle? Good morning. Keep it real. Keep it real. I was just talking about, blimey, it went from film and TV review to a cookery. And most probably, as I said before, we'll start talking about the match today. I was doing a podcast tonight, by the way, after the game, an hour after the game. So I'll be around 5, 6, something like that. I think I'll make it 6 o'clock if you want to join in and talk about the game. So that's it. That keep it real. Exactly, Frank. Omelettes with onions, peppers and cheese. God bless, she's done that as well. She did that, I didn't know what peppers were. I was a younger lad. I didn't even know what peppers were, to be honest. Bit the bloody mouth off me because there was a couple of seeds in it. And it put me off peppers, to be honest. But that's what she did as well. That's what she did. Omelettes with onions, peppers and cheese. Yeah, cheese omelette. Can't go wrong, can you? But we used a lot of mozzarella, to be honest. Mozzarella. Used to send for it. Couldn't get it in the shops, as I recall. Good morning to the chat, says keep it real. Morning, Frank. Just a message to say, see you later. And up the Reds, have a good show. You never walk alone, Paul Turner. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Thank you. And keep it real says, I like Spanish omelette. Lots of people like Spanish omelette. Lots of people like Spanish omelette for some reason. Maybe it's the different ingredients. Why do I keep doing that? Different ingredients. As I said, I make it, and I learned it off a French chef. I make a very, very good scrambled eggs. I was thinking of something else. Very good scrambled eggs, I really do. And if you've got the right ingredients for certain things as well, I make a very, very good pasta dish. I make a couple of pasta dishes, by the way. One is an old family recipe from Italy, southern Italy, and I make that, and hardly anything goes into it. And I mean that hardly anything goes into it. Yet it's so tasty. It's so tasty. But what goes in it also is a little sugar to take away the bitterness. And people, who have given it to, love it. Oh, wow, can I have the recipe? Honestly. And I also make a summer salad, not a salad, pasta. A summer pasta. And that is brilliant as well. And that's an old family recipe, So that's what I do, So I used to make a great roast dinner, used to. And I really did. Oh, back a few years ago. Used to really and people enjoyed it. We gave the roast dinner to. Problem is, I can't do a roast dinner now, and that's strange. The way they say, you never forget, it's like riding a bike, you never forget how to ride a bike. Well, I forget how to do a roast now. So, yes, I'm not a bad cook myself, but I've become lazy. I really have. I've become lazy simply because of, you know, like the fast food, for example. When I go shopping and I'm looking around, and I go, yeah, fancy that. But it's already there. All you've got to do is just throw it in the microwave. Sometimes you get all ready-made food that has to go in the oven, so you don't mind that. And so I've become lazy rather than cooking. Funny enough, the other day I had scrambled eggs on toast, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed them. The scrambled eggs. Thoroughly enjoyed it. That's it. Yeah. But you've got to use your condiments, by the way. You've got to use salt and pepper. Because now they say salt is not a favourable thing, and it's so bloody. I think people are so bloody mindedness, especially the do-gooders who don't eat this and use that, do away with that, or don't have that. It spoils everything. I don't know whether they mean well or not. I just don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think people, these do-gooders mean well, or? And where's Vars? Is he still in bed? Thing is, I gave a talk last night, and I said to him, "Would you like to come along?" I said, "I'll get you in a lift up there." But he didn't. I can't get hold of him. I'm being honest, Darryl. I cannot get hold of that man. He said, "I gave you my phone number." I said, "Yeah, but you gave me the wrong phone number." And he did. And try and message, he never answers, ever, if you know what I mean. So, it's, anyway, he never got hold of me. JK is supposed to be on, but he sent me a message this morning and he said, "I can't do it this morning. I'm sorry." So he just left it. He just left it because he was working. He said, "I'll see you later on the pod." I said, "Okay, no problem, JK. But usually, keeping me company and talking about food and TV series things." Yeah, look, now let's keep it real. As I was saying, Gene, Your Honour, as he says there, seeing it, Frank, brilliant. Watch Your Honour. It says it's absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what, keep it real. What you want to watch, which I told Gene about, was The Outsider. If you haven't seen it, Jason Bateman, if you haven't seen it, watch it. Watch it. Great. She watched it back to back. And I said to her, "You will watch it back to back." It's one of those series that, grabs your attention. And you look and you go, wow. It's like a book, you know what I mean? It's one of those cliche things where they say, you pick a book up and, oh, you can't put it down. It's like one of those cracking series. And also Spotless. Keep it real. Spotless. Another fantastic series. Gene says, Have you seen Blackshaw, Frank? That's a great watch. Murder mystery based in Wales. Another great. No, I haven't. No, no. I'm being honest, Gene. If that's on ordinary telly, I won't watch ordinary telly anymore, and I haven't done for a few years. Because it's all this cover up, it's all this propaganda, it's about everything, they're telling lies, things. So I don't watch it. Anything. I pay a TV license. Honestly, I pay a TV license through direct debit. I don't even watch Match of the Day. Don't even watch that. Don't watch BBC at all. And that question time that used to come on. What a load of lies and propaganda and those Tories. I couldn't believe what they came up with. I just fume at that. So they're the things why. Let's keep it real, says. But let me know, Gene, if it's on, if I can get it on. If I can get that on YouTube, I will. Rather than get on to another thing. I'll tell you what I am going to watch. I'll be streaming it. Is Shogun. Shogun. That looks very good. Japanese samurai, isn't it? I'll tell you, talking about Japanese samurai, there's a film with Keanu Reeves in called Ronin 47. Ronin 47. Oh, samurais. And it's a true story. Powerful film. Ronin 47. Just try and get hold of it. It really is good. Ronin 47. It's not like Ronin is spelled the same way as the Robert De Niro film, that was very good as well. With Jean Reno, is it Jean? What's his name? Jean Reno, the French actor, great actor, and he's in it. Sean Bean's in it for a little while as well, and Jonathan Pryce. I've actually spoken to Jonathan Pryce, and I've seen him at Radio Merseyside, and he was doing an interview because he was in a play in Liverpool, and I was talking to him in the reception. It was only me and him sitting there, just chatting, and I said to him, "You tried to kill our James Bond, didn't you?" Because he played a Bond villain, and I think it was GoldenEye, but no, it wasn't. Some like tomorrow die or something like that. Pierce Brosnan. Oh, what was it called? Tomorrow Never Dies, or something like that. And he was in there. He was laughing his head off. He was laughing his head off. Plays an Irish. Yeah, he just played He didn't play an Irishman. He played an Irishman in that Ronin with De Niro and Jean Reno. Anyway, he plays what was it? An owner of a newspaper mogul he played, and he was great in it. But he played an Irishman in that Ronin, the IRA. So he played that. I'll look into those, Frank, after the footy today. After the footy. Anyway, yeah, do that. Honestly, let me know. Please let me know. So nice to you. You really are. Just leaving a message there. Yeah, give me a message there. Ian McHale. Hiya, Ian. Morning all. Watched an 8-parter the other day on Amazon called 11/22. Yeah, obviously JFK. That's who'd ever forget that day. Stephen King adaptation. Yeah, James Franco, good actor, who goes back in time to 1963 to try and stop the assassination of JFK. Decent. You see, when you get people like that, I like Stephen King. I think he's great. I really do. Some of the things he's come up with, absolutely brilliant. It's like The Outsider that we've all watched on. Everyone loves The Outsider. That's a Stephen King. That's a Stephen King one. And he just come out with very, very good stuff. You wouldn't think that the likes of Stephen King, wrote Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Redemption. You wouldn't think that he wrote that, would you? It's surprising what he has written rather than the usual, these things, these like supernatural things that he's written, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I like Stephen King. And that sounds as though it's like a time traveler, is it? Going back in time, as you just said there. See, the thing is, no matter what, some people believe in time travel. They really believe in time travel. It's like UFOs. Some people believe that UFOs are not coming from deep space or other universes or anything like that. They believe that the time travelers, where they hit a sort of black hole, I'm not saying it's a black hole, but some sort of loophole where they can go back in time and where they can go into the future. And they believe that these UFO things, that can be seen are from the future. But I questioned one once. I said, well, why can't they come back from the past into the future? You see, I always remember Patrick Moore. I used to watch Sky. I'm a great stargazer, by the way. I believe in all this the stars. I believe in all that. I really do. And I'm going back to ancient times. And I was looking at these stars once. And they're incredible. It's not like looking at them here in this country. You'd hardly see any. You might see a few and you go, wow, look at all them stars. But if you go to a clear place, there's a place, I look at Greenland. I stream Greenland live and I see the aurora lights, the aurora borealis lights. I see them and they're absolutely amazing. But I also watch your stargaze, and some of the things that you see are unbelievable. I wish Jason was doing this now for me, producing it, because on my history show, I had an astronomer on, and I showed him this thing, and I said, what's this? Now, astronomers will not talk about the UAPs, the, the UFOs. I'm not calling them, unidentified area phenomena. It's absolutely ridiculous the way they try to turn things around. But anyway, the UFOs, and they won't talk about them. It's like pilots. Pilots will not talk about UFOs because they get grounded. That's to control what you see in the sky. You'll be grounded. And how many pilots? I was talking to he used to be a friend of mine, don't know whether he's still alive or what, I don't know, named Phil, and he's from down south. And he was from Billericay in Essex, he was. And I was talking to him, and I was just talking. And I said to him, I met a pilot, not a pilot, I'm sorry. I met I was in Germany, I was coming home from something. And it's a long story, you know. But I was in Germany, I was working in Germany, I was teaching in Germany. And I met this girl named Gerda, a German girl. And she said, you know, after a few weeks, she said, I'm going to a big meeting at the weekend. Do you want to come with me? I said, well, what is it? She said, oh, it's a gathering of people. So I said, yeah, all right. So I went along with her. Got the shock of my life. It wasn't like culture-y sort of thing, you know, sect, S-E-C-T. It wasn't that sort of thing, you know, religious or anything, but it was an ideology which I hate. And that was Nazism. She brought me to it. Oh, God. Should have seen these people. I'm going back a few years ago, you know. They were all skinheads. Frightening. All big 6'2" fellas like this, you know. Horrible. Really horrible. So I said, I'm going. So anyway, I was coming home, going back to where I was. I had to get a lift because she drove there. And you know what, when she showed up, I didn't recognise her because she was dressed in all this German costume. You know the way you see some Germans in lederhosen, you know, those stupid leather shorts. She was dressed as a German, you know, traditional dress. And she had these two big plaits coming out the back of her head, you know, either side. Big plaits. Big blonde girl she was. And that's what she was. So anyway, I was itching. And this fella pulled up, an American, with long hair and a beard. And I said, "Sprechen Sie English?" He says, "Yes, sure. Come in." Where he off, so he's an American from Chicago, actually. And he was in the US Air Force. I said, "What are you dressed like that?" I'm dressed. Why are you like beard and long hair? You know, still allowed in the USA. And he said, "Well, not really." He said, "I'm undercover." He said, "I can tell you because you're English." He said, "I'm undercover." He said, "I go after AWOLs. You know, absent without leave soldiers." I said, "All right, okay." And he'd been to some place where he was told that there was some. Anyway, I was talking to, you know, the Air Force. And I said, "You know what?" I said, "Is it right, pilots that go in the air and they see these things, you know, that they can't identify?" I wasn't going to say UFOs. I said, they're up there in the sky. I said, right, that, you know, they get, why am I doing that with the air? Anyway, I said, why, you know, do they get banned? You know, do they get banned in your Air Force? He said, yeah. He said, I'll tell you another thing. We have them. I said, have what? He said, those things that you're going on about. He never said things. He said, those vehicles that you're talking about in the sky. I said, go away. He said, we have them. And this is before, believe it or not, Area 51 came out. And he said it's a secret base in the middle of a desert. He said, no one can get there, not even politicians. He said, and we have them. That's what he said. Told me. Captured. What's crashed? He said, you could never catch them. He said, if they were flying around, he said, so they've crashed. Something's happened and they've just crashed. That's how we've got them. And he told me that. So anyway, and that's why I gave a talk last night, funny enough. And I said, right at the end, I gave a talk at Village. And I said at the end, so I'm going to leave you with something. And I just said, who built the pyramids? That's what I said. Who built the pyramids? I left them at that. You're not coming up to me going, do you know something? It's just funny actually. Do you know something? Crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. Oh, lovely. Oh, Forrest gets scrambled later, says. Here we go. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, yeah, look. I think Gary says, I need to get back to cooking. I've been lazy. I make a mean curry. We all become like, we do become lazy, unfortunately. There's no one more lazier than me. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I do all my washing and, things like that. I do everything like that. And I'm going to do some washing today, actually, before the game. So I do that, clean up, hoover up. It's not that I haven't got a carpet in the house. It's all that wood, wood, that laminated stuff. Got all that, but I still hoover. Hoover up. Always do me little dishes. Always do me little dishes. Clean them. Or I always like a clean cup and a clean glass. And I still can't work me. I've got this massive fridge freezer. It's American style, these things, American style. I still can't work it. Oh, useless. Can't work it. I had, I said, I think I'll get some ice. And it was in the summer. So anyway, I was reading these instructions. And all of a sudden, I heard all the ice drop. And I went, oh, mate, up. It disappeared on me. It disappeared. The ice disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. I thought I'd have a nice orange juice, with ice in. Me and say, absolutely brilliant. It's oh. How are you feeling today, on? Getting plenty of water, I hope. Much love. Oh, Darryl Mary. And all right, Jane, I'm good, thanks. Oh, that's how about you? I'm made up, isn't it? I don't know what you mean there. Your man, not seeing it, I'll give it a try, says keep it real. Are you talking about the outsider? I don't know. You're talking about. There's a lot of series that have gone on even in the past, but I've just been talking about a couple there. The Outsider is one of them as well. So if you ever look at, say, Spotless, for example, really good. Really good. Yeah, now I mentioned 47 Ronin, keep it 47 Ronin. Keep it real says, and Jane replied, 47 Ronin is great. It really is. And Philip Bidwell says 47 Ronin is brilliant. It is, well, very good, he says. And it really is. Have a look at it. It's brilliant. True story. True story. There's lots of films, you know, you can go back and have a muse over, with your really good films, because one of my favourite films, I'll tell you my favourite black and white film, by the way, in a moment. But one of my favourite films is The Wild Bunch. Fantastic film. Sam Peckinpah directed it. William Oldham, Ernest Borgnine, Ben Jonson, and Warren Oates. Four excellent actors. Four excellent actors. I'm getting messages here. Let's see. Oh, that's like that. That's nice. I got a message off one of my old. Oh, listen, you'll be able to see me next week on the telly, and I don't mean these pods. I'm on Channel 5. I got a message last night. Um, as I was talking, you know, as I was doing this talk about Jack the Ripper at this venue, and they said, a message came through and said, Frank, I seen the trailer for next week on Channel 5, and you're in it. You're in the talking about Charles Dickens. So if you want to see me next week on talking about Charles Dickens, you'll have to get hold of Channel 5. I won't watch it. As I said, I don't watch terrestrial telly. But most probably people will let me know how it went. Paul Turner. Paul Turner. Yeah, no, Keep It Real says, so it's called Ronin 47 or 47 Ronin. Makes no difference, you know, if you just put like 47 Ronin or Ronin 47, but it's 47 Ronin. You just come up. They'll come up, keep it. Keep it. Great names, aren't they? Paul Turner, Escape to Victory, great film. You watch that again and watch the end, right? And you see all the crowds running. Now, this is about the Second World War, right? And you see all the crowd running. And you see them in tank tops, you know, all kids on, and, you know, dressed for the time, if you know what I mean. They were dressed for not the 1943 time, but they were actually dressed at the time when that film was made in the 70s or 80s or whenever it was done. They had tank tops on, flared jeans. Oh, great. I thought it was 47 rolling. Makes no difference, you just get it in. And Gary Rigby, who's your favourite Liverpool actor, Frank? Stephen Graham is good. I know Stephen. Yeah, he's very good. But I'll give you mine. And even Stephen agrees with this. And it's Andrew Schofield. Excuse me. My bell is going. Just excuse me. Hello? Oh, hello. Are you in? You're in? Okay. bring it back. Thank you. Okay. I'm watching the match, you know. 3 o'clock. Oh, it's see you later. Thanks. Still there? I'm awfully sorry about that. I'm awfully sorry about that. Bloody hell. I hope you're all still there anyway. What's your favourite actor, Frank? Stephen Graham is good. Yeah, Stephen Graham's a very good actor. As I said, it's through Schofield, fantastic. John McArdle, another great actor. John's coming on me history show, my ordinary show. I do have a Monday night at 8 o'clock, and he's on. He should have come on the other week, but something held him back, unfortunately. But he will be coming on in the next few weeks. Oh, Charlie Wood. Hello, Frank. Hope you're well. Yes, Charlie. Thank you so much. I hope you're the same as well. And Ian McHale. Ronin is a cracker film, Frank. Yes, it is. And Keep It Real. That's a cracker film, that. They Live. It's a cracker. It's a very, very good. I'll tell you what to watch, people. If you like that, Keep It Real. Get onto a film called Extraterrestrial. I'm sure that's on YouTube as well. Is it on YouTube? Extraterrestrial. Fantastic film. Fantastic film. It's one of the best. Extraterrestrial. Yeah, I have. Roddy Piper. Yeah, he's died. He's just died recently. I think. I know he's dead, but whether it was recently, I'm not quite so sure. Ex-wrestler, and it's good. It really is a good. And as he says, Ian McHale, They Live, cult classic that keep it. Yeah. It is a cult classic. So if you haven't seen They Live, have a gander of it. It's really good. Glad someone brought that up. Well done, get in there. Love all that. Keep It Real says, have you seen Stephen Graham in Boardwalk Empire where he plays Al Capone? Yeah, seen that. When you mentioned, says Jane, 47 Ronin, The Great Wall came to mind. May not have done well in the cinema, but I loved it. It was a brilliant film with Mark Wahlberg. Was it Mark Wahlberg? I always get mixed up with Mark Wahlberg and that other fella. He looks like, what's his bloody name? I forget his name. Mark Wahlberg and I forget his name. But anyway, yeah, good film, The Great Wall. Well, The Wall, yeah, The Great Wall, great film, really good. Yeah, Ian, it's a quality. Yeah. Phil Biswell, is The Great Wall a good film? Yeah, watch it. Well, he's asking Gene. It really is good. It really is. And Gary says, Frank, I'm still interested in going to Nuke. The flight might be a very... Do you know what? I don't know whether you're. This is the problem with Nuke, Gary. Nuke people is in Greenland, and I stream Nuke Airport, and there's something very wrong with global warming, because I was looking at Nuke the other day, and it was like -17, something like that, and then the next day it was +6. It was like today, this morning or last night. Well, it was raining. It was like not minus. It was +6 again today, or last night or whatever. You know, when it gets in, put it on. And today it was raining this morning, and all of a sudden a cold snap, and it's minus again. And it's definitely something wrong. But it's got to be global warming, because Greenland's always been a very, very cold. It's in the tundra. It's always been very cold. Well, that's just me. But yet, very expensive, and the eternal flights that are just an hour away. The average price is $1,000. That's not that. And even a drink is very expensive. Very expensive. Even a sandwich, very expensive. And I don't like cold weather. I'm a Mediterranean fella. I'm a Mediterranean. I think, though, getting there, staying in a hotel, Gary, and just going out for something to eat, most probably. I think you could pay for a cruise, a Mediterranean cruise, with what you'd spend less on a Mediterranean cruise. That's the way I look at it. And I'll tell you why it's expensive. Lots of people, lots of tourists go there, but they go to a place called Lillesat. And they go for the icebergs and the whales and polar bears and things like that. It's a place called Lillesat. Have a look at that. And what the Mad Daft Frank, I don't know. What's that? What are you talking about? Because I'm sorry. Paul Turner. Frank, do you like alien invasion films? And if so, which ones do you like? They are sort of films I'm into. Have a look. Paul, get onto Extraterrestrial. And there's a film, funny enough, I watched this a couple of years ago with Gillian Anderson. And that Strachan fella, he was a good actor. David Strachan. And it's called UFO. It's really good. It's really good, and it happened in, I forget where it happened. But anyway, it happened, and it's on YouTube. I watched it. I went, oh, blimey. And that's only been out for a couple of years. And I watched it again. And it's very good. UFO. But that Extraterrestrial is very good. And if they've been talking about They Live, get onto that. Get on. There's another film called, shall I tell you why? I'll just leave it up to you. Shall I tell you why? I'm not into it, but do you want me to tell you why I look at these things? Tell you, and there's a reason why. I've always been very, very skeptical about everything. I have to see things with my own eyes to believe. Not to believe, you can tell me something and I'll believe it. But if you tell me something, like if someone says something about say like, I don't know, Bigfoot. Let's just say Bigfoot. Or see Bigfoot, running through Delamere Forest, well, hang on a minute. I'd have to see it with my own eyes, if you know what I mean. So I am very skeptical about things. I'm very cynical, actually, as well. But if you want me to tell you why I've spoken about pyramids and UFOs, I'll let you know. But you've got to say yes, later on. Jean says, talking time travel, Frank, have you watched My Ultimate Love, Fringe, with John Noble? No, that's a great watch. No, I haven't. Fringe, I don't think I've ever heard of it, to be honest, yeah. Gary Rigby, keep it real. Never seen that. I'll check it out. And wow, whatever that is for, whatever it's for. Oh, Dennis Paparak. Dennis is in a band called The Incurables. The Incurables. He's an American, by the way. He lives in Tampa. And he's in a band. He travels all over. His mates, and they're in Detroit, or he goes to his mum in Detroit. But they travel all over to give gigs. The Incurables. And they've been over here to Liverpool. And he plays at the Cavern. And they said, couldn't wait to see him because normally he comes, he's been on my show as well. He's been on, and we've spoken about football. He's a big red, spoken about football. He said, I'm coming over to the Cavern. I said, oh, great. Waiting for months, waiting for over a year. Then all of a sudden he appears. And he says, and I thought, honestly, he said, I'm at the Cavern Club. I really did. So Frank goes to the Cavern Club. And I was asking these people, I said, is the Incurables being on? Then I asked this fella who has something to do with it. He said, no, I don't think so. I've got the date mixed up. So I said, oh. So I came out. And as I was walking up, I said, I'm going home. Because I was really disappointed. So as I was walking up Matthew Street, I seen my daughter, Francie, she came down. And she said, where are you going? I said, I've been down to see. She said, was he there? Was he on? I said, no. And she said, we're having a drink. So she was with her mates. So I went over with them. He was appearing at the Cavern Pub. The Cavern Pub. And I never seen him. Show date still pending. Should know on the 5th, but looking at being there May the 29th, June the 3rd. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Definitely see you then. If I'm not tied up, that is. If I'm not tied up. Jean says, since my son moved out 4 years ago and lost my taste and smell nearly 3 years ago now, I don't enjoy cooking. Cooking, for one, is not fun and worse when everything tastes weird. Oh, no answer to that. But you won't be getting them scrambled eggs. You mightn't like them. And she says, talking to Philip Biswell, I love the way they defended that wall, man. That was sick. Every colour had their role. Loved it. Yes. And Paul said, ex-Red John Walk was in the film Escape to Victory. Yeah, he was. I this is true. This I walked in. I was in there. I was up by Victoria Monument, you know, Castle Street, up around down that way, and I was walking up, and I decided to go into the cafe there, you know, and I walked in, and John Walk led on to me. I couldn't believe it. And he was with his wife and a couple of kids. So I sat down and had a cup of tea with him. John Walk, lovely fella, really lovely fella. He wasn't playing for Liverpool then. I think he was, well, he was. I never, not think. He was at LFC TV doing an interview or something. And Jane says, They Live was a mad movie still. Yes. Obey. That's why just look at the film. Obey. Think about it. Think about today. Fantastic. Paul Turner says, love Andrew Schofield, brilliant in Scully and Red and Blue. I watch Andrew at the Royal Court Theatre every year at Christmas. Yeah, I've always gone down. See, with me channel and that, I get press things, you know, covered, you know, to go down and do a review of it. Of plays, that is, the new plays there. Funny enough, I seen a director, and he called me and he said, listen, can you give me some information about a certain person? I said, yes, sure. What if I know, you know, I'll let you know. So anyway, he wanted to know about Maggie May. So I told him the real name, the girl's real name, when she came over from Ireland and what had happened to her and why, you know, she'll never walk down Lime Street anymore. And, you know, and he did. I've got the programme there, and I was invited down by him, and he gave me a programme. So I'm reading the programme, and there's me in it. And what a write-up he gave me about it. He said, we're out in this play. It was a musical, Maggie May at the Royal Court. He said, you know, he said, without you, this would never have happened, this play, to me. I said, oh, thank you so much. Really nice. Matt Damon, yes, thank you. Yeah, I get mixed up with Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg. Thank you, G. Thank you, G. Mick Belger. Mick. You can... Oh. All right, Fran, hope you're good. Emperor of the North Pole, Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin was one of my favourite. Oh, Mick, it's brilliant to see you. I called... He won't mind me saying this. But for over, honestly, since I've known him, you know, growing up and whatever, I used to call him Joe. And he allowed me to call him Joe for years. Until one day he says, it's me. I went so pissed off. That's it. Because he was messing. His name was Mick. And I went, I'm sorry. I said, why didn't you tell me? He said, it doesn't matter. So when we were going, I said, I'll see you again, eh, Joe? Said, I'm right. So he just looked at me like that. She said, I give up with you. Mick, thank you. Lee Marvin, yeah. Emperor of the North Pole, great film. Oh, great to see you. Or hear from you. Keep it there. You engage it and the Nazi gathering, that's why I thought, what the, oh yeah, thanks. Keep it there. Yeah, Matt. Horrible. Frightening. 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 I love all this. All right. Well, let's see, Alan. I Frank. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to watch that, Jane. Another good watch. Kin. Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to try and get it on a stream. I won't go to ITV. I'll not go to it. Paul says, I've watched it, Frank. It's a brilliant film. Michael Ironside is in it, who starred in the sci-fi series. Yeah, Michael Ironside. He's in Extraterrestrial. Thank you, Paul. Extraterrestrial. It's good. Watch it. I'm trying to think of a film, I'm trying to think of a film. Oh, I can't think of the film. Oh, it's a horror. If you're into the horror genre, it's a horror. Oh, just trying to think what it is. It will come to me. It will come to me. It's a smashing film. Some didn't like it. Oh, what's it called? Oh, hang on. Oh, it's like The Last Voyage of something. It's got a funny name. The Last Voyage of. And it comes from Bram Stoker's Dracula. And it's the story of the captain. Dracula. It's brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. Liam, what's his name? Liam Cunningham, the Irish actor, very good. I'll tell you the film with him in, which is absolutely brilliant, I think, in my opinion. The Vault. The Vault. Cracking film. Cracking film. It's about a heist in Madrid. Liam Cunningham. If you haven't seen it, try and catch hold of it. Oh, look. Hit the like button, everyone. Let's show Frank us. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love you, honestly. We've been talking about films, TV series, food, pyramids, UFOs. How about that? You can't get any better than that. Sherlock Holmes and everyone. I mentioned Sherlock, didn't I, as well? Oh, man. Oh, that lovely, Alessia. And Frank, you're great to listen to, mate. Proper knowledgeable, but down to earth. Thank you so much. Oh, that's lovely. Poor Jean's gone. My darling Frank, great stream again, hon. Love you and the chat. Got to go and get the day started. Enjoy your game. 1-3 LFC win. See you later. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely. And Gary Rigby. All the old Liverpool characters have gone now. Do you know what? You're not going to believe this, but I was talking. I'd only got up before, and I was talking to one of my neighbours. He called for something, I said, yeah, no problem. And he said, well, I was talking to the other day. He said, this particular person. You knew Ken Dodd? I said, oh, yeah. And Ken told him, if you ever want to hear anything about history, look up Frank Carlyle. Now, I know when I was at a thing called Good Turns, the Good Turns that Ken, used to chair of. It was a charity for, to get kids, those buses things, underprivileged kids. And he gets up, Ken, he's talking, as Ken does. And he went like that. He said, unbeknown to himself, I'm calling up the finest historian I've had the pleasure to know. So I'm sitting there like that, and he mentioned me. I had to get up and give it like an impromptu history thing, for 20 minutes. He said, get up there and tell them all about the history of Liverpool. Okay. Greatest compliment I've ever seen. But, yeah. Yes, they live. Now listen, people, everyone's going now. I love you all. See you hopefully on the pod later on after the game. I'm going to come on at 6 o'clock. Give everyone time to digest, everything, have your tea or whatever. And I'm coming on. And hopefully, there'll be something to shout about, eh? So just for me, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I didn't expect anyone to be on, I'm being honest. I really am. But honestly, thank you. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you all later on. Thank you so much.